Hey, good morning, everybody. Clouds coming in 46 degrees out there, and we have that moisture really starting to kind of scoop in from the southwest, and lots of that to come. As you know, we've been talking about this rain for a good long time, and real quick this morning, hey, who's this week's featured sponsor? It's going to be the clinics. I just kind of reach in, pick them out of a hat. So, the clinics, you can visit them at theclinics.us. If you're looking for a primary care physician, they have 7. I'm just looking at their website and finding all this stuff out. Lots of cool stuff, and you can go out there and get taken care of. Now, for the weather, it is going to rain. If I had a boat place, I would have had them as my featured sponsor this week, because you might need a little canoe as we head a little bit further into the week. Looking outside right now, 46 degrees, dew point's 36. That's going to come up into the 60s. Lots of moisture, lots of instability. We're going to get to all this in just a bit, but for now, it is cloudy. We have some sprinkles in the area, especially off to the west and north. That's where the heavier rain's going to fall today. Temperatures from 41 in Winfield to 51. That's your warm spot down in Kinder. Moisture returns, warmth returns with that, and we're going to get up into the 60s today. I probably should have checked to see. Oh, no, we hit our 60s. We hit that. I believe that was last Thursday. It hadn't been forever. But it's been a while since we've seen sustained warm air in the area, and we are going to see that. So no threat for frozen precipitation. You can see here, basically, temperatures come up into the 60s today, and then they're going to kind of plane out overnight. We hit about 56, 57, and just kind of float between those through about 6 a.m. And then tomorrow we warm up even further, and that's going to bring more instability into the area. Looking to our north, you have freezing rain, you have snow, you have all that stuff going on. That warm air is going to actually kind of eradicate all of that, turn it to rain for the most part. And down here, you can see that we have all that rain that's coming up through Texas. That's where the heavier rain's going to be today. So Lily, you, if you're watching, are going to have a wet walk to class because it is raining out west. For us, we've seen a few showers roll through, but nothing much close to home. I-20 is wet, and this is all going to kind of push to the east. It's going to nudge this way, and that's going to be our first wave, I think, especially later this afternoon into the evening. Now, obviously, we've been talking about this. We need the rain. We're at about 60 to 65% of normal for the past 365 days, right through the middle of central Louisiana. A little better along I-10, a little better along I-20 even than I-10, but everyone's dry here. So we all do need the rainfall, and we still have some drought classifications in the area. In fact, the entire state is at least abnormally dry. That's what that yellow is down there on the North Shore. D4, that's as high as it gets. That's an exceptional drought. We've been in some of these spots for 5 months, and it looks like this might be the last time we see this because they update this on Thursday, so we should, actually, I think they only go through Tuesday on the rain, but regardless, we are going to see this knock down probably a couple of categories across most of the area, so the drought monitor is going to improve area-wide, and we're going to see a lot of rainfall. Now, do we get too much of a good thing? I did say this morning we had that flood warning come out, and that was the automated thing. I'm trying to work on getting those kind of filtered out. That's for the river flood warnings. These are a couple days out. So it's kind of weird. You know, usually you get flood watches, but in this case, because there is an explicit forecast of the crest of the river to come above flood stage, well, we do get the flood warning since we are within 48 hours of that. And here comes the rain. We get a line of showers and storms to roll through by about 8 o'clock this evening. This one kind of pushes through. Okay, we can handle that. And then we turn over to more like popcorn showers and storms tomorrow. I actually think we get some good dry time on Tuesday, but look what happens here. We get more storms to form. We kind of line those up on Tuesday night into early Wednesday. Then they try to back off a little bit, but I'll show you what happens when we get further out because this model only goes out about 48 hours. It looks like this is when we start to see our problems really materialize. So, future storm strength. This is the CAPE. This is the instability. This is what we look at for severe weather. At least it's one of the ingredients is the instability. Now, that can also help to aid in heavy rainfall because we've talked about the moisture that you get and the precipitable water that's, basically the column from right above your head all the way up to the top of the atmosphere. And with that near record levels, we have tons of moisture, and you can see that instability starting to return to the area a little bit by Tuesday. But look what happens here on Wednesday. It really starts to kind of fill in those areas up around Natchitoches where it looks like it's going away. That's actually thunderstorms that are occurring, so they're kind of using up that instability, but you can see it really tries to recharge. And we get this kind of spoke of instability to kind of scoot up between Lake Charles and Alexandria, probably up toward Monroe, and that's going to hang in the same spot. We're going to get wind to flow parallel across this boundary and or along this boundary, and that means we're going to see some storms that could be training over the same locations. So let's take a look now. Same model. This is run on a different grid. So the other one, it's like every 3 square kilometers. This one's every 15. So it's a little bit, you're not going to get the same detail. You're not going to see the thunderstorms the same as you did. You can see that moving through tonight and tomorrow. It looks a little bit different, but why I'm showing you this is it looks like things are going to set up on Wednesday to where these thunderstorms are going to just kind of roll over the same area. And you can see this line right here from Leesville up through Monroe. That just kind of pumps over the same location. So that was about a 24-hour stretch there. I sped that up, but that's what I'm worried about. We're going to get a few inches of rain, and then we're going to see this thing set up to where we get these training storms overhead, and that could cause us some problems as we see that final burst of rain being our worst. Now, 5 inches widespread. This is incredibly widespread across the state here, about 4 to 7 inches. This is the WPC forecast. I think we go above this a little bit. But those purple areas, that is where they are explicitly forecasting over 7 inches of rainfall. Again, it's not an exact science with this stuff, but we do get that threat for the higher rainfall totals right through the middle of the area. Looking at some of the high resolution data, and I should be getting more of that as we get through today. There are some maximum values with this look like we're going to see over 10 inches of rain. So yeah, there's going to be flooding problems. There could be the urban flooding in Alexandria where we have a lot of concrete. We could see that especially Wednesday into Thursday morning. And then I think those rivers are going to go from low to flood stage, and it's going to happen pretty quickly. So your severe outlook, yes, there is actually a chance for a few severe storms from late Tuesday through Wednesday, perhaps early Thursday. So this is another thing we throw in there. And of course, if you get a severe thunderstorm, typically, you're going to see a lot of rainfall in short order. And this is Wednesday. So again, this is after we're already waterlogged. And so if we get these severe storms to train over the same locations, that's when we get the big problems. So 7-day forecast, how does it look? Well, I'm sure you could have guessed. It looks wet. It is going to rain off and on for Monday and Tuesday. Wednesday's the day where I think we really see the flood threat peak, and we'll see that continuing into early Thursday. Models are kind of holding on to the rain a little bit longer for Thursday, so I'm going to have a 60% chance in there. That could come up, especially for the first half of the day. Then a little break, then another littler system comes through on Saturday, could bring some scattered showers and storms once again, and then the cold front comes through, and we cool off, and we dry out. Look at this. Let's give you some good news. Since when is it good news to see warm and dry air? But yeah, we kind of want that after we get 4 to 8 inches of rain, which is what we're forecasting with isolated totals above 10 inches. We have above normal temperatures, below normal precip. But as I said yesterday, it looks like this pattern kind of reloads. That doesn't mean we're going to see a repeat of what we're getting right now, but it looks like we're going to see this pattern kind of reload and bring more rainfall, probably from about, goodness, I hate to get into the details on this, but around February 4th or 5th, we'll start to see the pattern shift back to an active one, and we could see some more showers and storms. So a nice break, though, and then I think we're going to be pretty close to where we should be on some of these rivers and lakes, and hopefully we don't start to see a real barrage of these heavy rain events, because it seems like we do that. It seems like, you starve for so long and then you get everything right at the same time. So over the next couple of months, we'll be watching closely. But for now, I think we get flood watches later today. Obviously, if you're near some of these rivers that flood easily, you are going to see some problems. And then we could see, especially Wednesday into Thursday, some flooding issues for just about anyone. All right, I think that's it for today. I'm going to go ahead and take a look at a couple of questions as I put up some nice music, and we just look at that closed screen, which you'll notice, Igloo Roofing on there. If you need a roof, give them a call, 542-7477. All right, I'll see you back here. I'll post something later, and I'll see you live tomorrow.